to I Am Who I Am Because You Are Who You Are. This South African philosophy colors the halls of Hawthorne Elementary, encouraging students from throughout the world to celebrate their differences as they make their homes in Sioux Falls.
We're different and we're not all the same, because if we were all the same, then we don't know who we are, then that would just be boring.
Hawthorne is one of Sioux Falls' most diverse schools, but teachers work hard to make sure each child feels valued here. For that, they rely on another teaching model that's deeply rooted in Native American tradition, the Circle of Courage.
Circle of Courage is 4 colors: red, white, black, and yellow. And there are 4 different things that you have to do in order to be in the Circle of Courage. You have to have generosity, independence, mastery, and you have to belong.
The goal is to empower students to dream big and embrace the possibilities, and that's just what they did in the spring of 2005 while viewing artwork at the Sculpture Walk in downtown Sioux Falls.
And it occurred to them that all of the artwork was made by grown-ups.
Because mostly all the artwork downtown is made by adults, because there's no, it's mostly like an adult world. Mostly adults rule the world, but there's no any kid artwork, no kid presidents, no kid anything.
So the Hawthorne students decided it was time for them to make their mark. As they continued the sculpture walk, they stumbled across a drab 4-foot-high wall along River Road at 9th Street and 2nd Avenue.
We thought, man, oh, that'd be a great place. We'd love to just get our hands on that wall. So, not knowing any better, I said, well, why not? Why couldn't we do that?
But art teacher Lisa Brunick soon learned a student-designed art project wouldn't be easy. Funding needed to be secured, and there were presentations to the Visual Arts Commission and the Sioux Empire Arts Council. Then there were more meetings with Mayor Dave Munson and a former city attorney who could help make the project happen.
I had no idea. I had no idea what we were biting off when we did this. So yeah, we had to talk about, city easements and maintenance and future concerns. What if they do something different to the parking ramp down there? How would that affect the process?
After all the details were hammered out, the last stop was the Sioux Falls City Council, where students presented their plan for an art project that would be permanently displayed downtown.
The Circle of Courage is like a circle of friends working together to get something done.
And the kids were just as confident as they could be, pitched our proposal to the City Hall, the council, got a unanimous vote.
And the project was finally a reality.
The young people did an excellent job. Thank you for coming down. It was great.
When we got the final approval, I went to the kids and said, yes, the wall is ours. Now what are we going to do with it? So they just started to paint. I just scrapped lesson plans for 2 weeks. I just put big sheets of paper and big plates of paint out on the tables, and I said, paint, just paint. So we put the music on, the kids painted. A lot of common themes started coming out then.
Each student did a picture of what they thought diversity looked like.
We just wanted to express, wanted to celebrate how we live and work together in peace and diversity, and that just kind of grew to become the theme. It was never decided on, it just naturally evolved.
Before too long, Brunick's classroom walls, tables, and bulletin boards were covered with 400 unique paintings, many of them featuring the Ubuntu rainbow or the Circle of Courage medicine wheel. She shuffled them around for a few weeks and finally found the inspiration she needed to incorporate every student's idea of diversity into one large piece of art.
They just started kind of growing together. And so I just sketched kind of a compilation of all of those together, showed it to the kids. I said, is this what you think? Is this what you were planning, or is this what your dream is? And they all agreed this is exactly what we needed to do. So we enlarged it onto huge sheets of paper so they could paint the life-size version of the wall.
That life-size version of the wall graced the halls of Hawthorne for a while, allowing students to find their own art idea in the larger project. Brunick then took photos and shipped them off to Syverson Tile, a business who supported the project both financially and with manpower so the mosaic could be crafted. But the weather proved to be the next obstacle. The tiles were complete, just as winter set in, so they sat in storage for months waiting for a warm spring day. And when the first work date arrived, so did the rain. Still, Syverson employees wouldn't allow it to dampen their spirits. They showed up with tarps and went to work, spreading cement on the wall and attaching the first tiles. But there was another problem. After several tile sheets were already on the wall, workers noticed the tiles were numbered incorrectly and were in the wrong place.
It was like putting together a gigantic jigsaw puzzle. But Austin from Syverson's gift is putting puzzles together, so he shifted them all around and we got them up the right way. It was amazing.
The rain continued, but so did the workers until the moisture proved to be too much.
They came in 2 foot long by 1 foot sections, started putting them up, and they started sliding down.
The work had to be postponed until the sun shined again, but the next evening workers were right back at it. This time the tiles stayed right where they were placed, and the work of the Hawthorne students and their teacher finally emerged. Students were invited to come down to the wall the following Saturday to help.
We're putting stuff on there because we have to spread it around, and we have to wait for it to dry out for a little bit in order to wash it off.
Washing all the grout off and all the extra cement.
They were impressed with what they saw.
What about all the colors?
Pretty.
What do you think people are going to say when they drive by?
Wow, it's amazing. I wonder who did it.
I think that they look very pretty and artistic together.
It was brighter than I had thought it would be.
It looked really, really good.
The students are proud of their artwork that now serves as a symbol of peace and unity in an increasingly diverse community.
And when people drive by, they could think like that's cool and it's unique.
What do you think it says to the community?
That Hawthorne is a diverse school. We should be proud that we're a diverse school and a nation.
That diversity was celebrated at a multicultural ribbon cutting and dedication of the Community Youth Mosaic, featuring Native American drummers and dancers and students performing on African drums called tubanos.
I could not have been more proud of my students or the town of Sioux Falls during the party that weekend, just to see everybody come together and to truly and honestly celebrate diversity and to truly celebrate kids and honoring these kids and uplifting these kids. I was so proud of our town. I'm just in love with the whole project.
Mayor Dave Munson is equally pleased with the Community Youth Mosaic.
These kids at Hawthorne really took an interest in this, and I just think that it starts to sell the arts like we want them to sold at Sioux Falls. And I think the arts are so important for all of us. I think that if we look at that and look out into the future, you look at civilizations, art have been a very important part of that. And we want Sioux Falls to be an arts community where people can come and enjoy the arts, whether it's this great piece that these kids from Hawthorne did or whether it's the sculptures downtown. I think all the arts fitting together, community theater, it just adds to the wealth of your city.
Munson, a former teacher himself, loves the lessons this mosaic taught these young students.
Really teaches those kids about their community and how they can really help add to the quality of life in this community.
But this 100-foot-long section of kid art is only the start.
So we decided it'd be really cool, since our artwork starts with 3-year-olds through 11-year-olds, 5th graders, to continue the growth of children all the way to the end of the wall. So we have already an art teacher and some kids really looking forward to the next section. We'll do middle school.
A section created by high school students will be added after that, filling the wall all the way up to the 10th Street Bridge.
Just think, as these kids grow up and they become adults, they'll come down here and say, I was involved in that project, and they'll be showing, maybe they'll be showing their kids and grandkids what they did down here, and we're all going to look back and say, what a great time period we had for those kids to step forward.
You have come to where their work has been displayed at this Mosaic celebration.
What these kids really did here is they got together, they all worked as a team to each participate in a part of that wall that we have over there, and it shows what you can do. And for adults, we should see, if we all work together, what really comes out of it. And you look at this wall is going to be there for for many, many decades for people to really enjoy. And that's going to be the part that these kids can really be proud of. And so all of us, working to promote and to make Sioux Falls better, we can all be proud of it as we go. And these kids will be a strong component of that.
Look at your neighbor and say, well done.
Pride runs deep in this project. Brunick and her students made sure of that.
The pride that I have in the kids and their unabashed use of color, their appreciation of color, and their understanding that they're sharing this artwork with the world. They really are. They understand that. And they hope that the wall has a lesson for the people in this town. And they know what the lesson is. The lesson is we need to work together and learn together in a very peaceful and very diverse community. It's their legacy to their own community.
Nation, oh, we thank you. And truly you're welcome.
I am who I am because you are who you are.
This celebration today.
Ubuntu.